This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. And Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these into the world. In 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple, it changed the whole computer industry. In 2001, we introduced the first iPod. And it didn't just change the way we all listen to music. It changed the entire music industry. Well, today, we're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, 3 things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is. No. Actually, here it is, but we're going to leave it there for now. But what we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. A giant screen. Now, how are we going to communicate this? We don't want to carry around a mouse, right? So what are we going to do? Oh, a stylus, right? We're going to use a stylus. No. No. Who wants a stylus? You have to get them and put them away, and you lose them. Yuck. Nobody wants a stylus. So let's not use a stylus. We're going to use the best pointing device in the world. We're going to use a pointing device that we're all born with. We're born with 10 of them. We're going to use our fingers. We're going to touch this with our fingers. And we have invented a new technology called multi-touch, which is phenomenal. It works like magic. You don't need a stylus. It's far more accurate than any touch display that's ever been shipped. It ignores unintended touches. It's super smart. You can do multi-finger gestures on it. And boy, have we patented it. So, here I want to show you something truly remarkable, which is Google Maps on iPhone. I hit our Maps application here, and it's coming up, and it shows us North America, and I'm going to go to Moscone West. That's where we are right now, and here we are. Boom. That's where we are. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for something. I'm going to certainly want a cup of coffee afterwards, so I'm just going to look for Starbucks, right? Starbucks. So I'm going to search for Starbucks, and sure enough, there's all the Starbucks. Now, I can get a list of Starbucks here, so I can pick that one if I want, and I can even go look at that Starbucks, and there it is, and let's give them a call.
Good morning, Starbucks. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to order 4,000 lattes to go, please. No, just kidding. Wrong number. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Now I'd like to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's the iPhone. You know, in a few weeks, it's going to be iPhone's first birthday. We shipped our first iPhones on June 29th. And it was an amazing intro, certainly the most amazing one we've ever had. And iPhone has had tremendous critical acclaim, best invention of the year, and I think it's widely believed that this is the phone that has changed phones forever. So that's all great. That's all great, but the thing that makes us the happiest is that users love their iPhones. They love them. And, you know, 90% customer satisfaction. That's off the charts. I mean, what products today have 90% customer satisfaction? This is so wonderful. 98% are browsing. Mobile browsing's gone from nothing to 98% with the iPhone. Unbelievable. 94% are using email, 90% are using text messaging, and 80% are using 10 or more features. You can't even begin to figure out how to use 10 features on a normal phone. So this is phenomenal. And in this first year, we have sold 6 million iPhones till we ran out some number of weeks ago. 6 million iPhones. The next mountain we have to climb to go to the next level. So what are these next challenges? First of all, 3G networking, faster networking. Second of all, enterprise support, as we've heard. Third, third-party application support. Fourth, we need to sell iPhone in more countries. How do we know this? Well, we've sold iPhone in 6 countries so far, but believe me, they're in use in many more countries. They are in use all over the world. And so it's clear there is a demand for iPhones in many more countries. And last but not least, everybody wants an iPhone, but we need to make it more affordable. And we know this because we go out and talk to people who didn't buy iPhones, and the number one reason by far they all want one is they just can't afford it. Some of them can't afford it. So we need to make the iPhone more affordable. So, as we arrive at iPhone's first birthday, we're going to take it to the next level, and today we're introducing the iPhone 3G. We've learned so much with the first iPhone. We've taken everything we've learned and more, and we've created the iPhone 3G. And it's beautiful. This is what it looks like. It's even thinner at the edges. It's really beautiful. It's got a full plastic back. It's really nice. Solid metal buttons. The same gorgeous 3.5-inch display. Camera. Flush headphone jack, so you can use any headphones you like. Improved audio, dramatically improved audio. It's really, really great, and it feels even better in your hand, if you can believe it. It's really quite wonderful. The iPhone 3G. First of all, let's take a look at 3G. Why do you want 3G? Well, you want it for faster data downloads, right? And there's nowhere that you want faster data downloads more than the browser and downloading email attachments. So let's take a look at these first. First, the browser. We've taken an iPhone 3G and on the same phone in the same location, downloaded a website on Edge and downloaded the same website using 3G, and we've captured the videos. So let's see how we do. We're off to the races here. It's a website with a lot of images on it, complex layout. 21 seconds on 3G. All right, 59 seconds on Edge. So, same phone, same location, 3G 2.8 times faster. But it's even more remarkable when you take a look at this next to Wi-Fi. You can see that the 3G speeds are actually approaching Wi-Fi. This has been my experience using the phone as well. It's amazingly zippy. This is also pretty amazing. We took two other state-of-the-art 3G phones, downloaded the same web pages, and the iPhone 3G is 36% faster than the Nokia N95 or the Treo 750. So that's pretty cool. And look at the result, by the way. Look at what you get, a full web page on the iPhone and something quite a bit less on some of these other products. 36% faster. You know, the iPhone started off at $599 for an 8 gig iPhone. It now sells for $399 for an 8 gig iPhone. And we want to make it even more affordable. And I'm really happy to tell you that the iPhone 3G is going to sell for $199. At just $199, we think the iPhone 3G is going to be affordable to almost everyone. And that's for the 8 gig model. The 16 gig model, just $299. And for the 16 gig model, we also have something special. We have a white one. It's also very beautiful. Very, very nice. But of course, the big news is $399 to $199. And we think we can check off more affordable. We have a new ad. So if you'd like to see it, I'd love to show it to you. Yeah? Let's go ahead and run the ad.
It's finally here. The first phone to beat the iPhone. It surfs the web and downloads data twice as fast for half the price. Introducing the new iPhone 3G.
Isn't that nice? You want to see that again? Let's roll that again. I love this ad.
It's finally here. The first phone to beat the iPhone. It surfs the web and downloads data twice as fast for half the price. Introducing the new iPhone 3G.
All right.
To call the iPhone 3G a hit, I think would be the understatement of the year. Some people have called it the phone that has changed phones forever. And it's truly an amazing thing. The iPhone has changed how people think about their phones. It wasn't that long ago where we were so frustrated with these, call them crappy devices. And now they're unbelievable, incredible. It's changed what we can do with a phone. It's changed the things we expect as we're traveling around. For example, one of the things we wanted to create with the iPhone is a phone that was not only a great phone and a great iPod, but one that you could surf the web from anywhere. And look what's happened. The data's in. It's incredible. 2/3 of all mobile browsing is done on an iPhone or iPod Touch. How it's been going, Scott told you 50,000 applications on the App Store. These numbers are from this weekend. We looked up on the stores. The Android store is approaching 5,000 apps. Nokia has their OV store, and not all the apps run on all the phones. It's really complicated, so we took a lot of the phones and added them together to make a bigger number. BlackBerry broke 1,000, and somebody else, I can't read it, it's small. It's also changed what people expect from their phones. People expect a great phone now with a great experience. They want to love their phone again, just like we've loved our personal computers. And we've received just incredible awards for the iPhone 3G. In fact, I really think the iPhone 3G is the first phone that both business and consumers can love in one phone. So the iPhone 3G has been great. And that's why I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS. Now the S simply stands for speed, because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made. It has the same great design of the iPhone 3G that we just launched last summer, but what's inside is entirely new. This is a really fast iPhone. Everything you do all day long, you'll find incredible speed ups. For example, something as simple as launching a messaging application, 2.1 times faster. Loading a game like SimCity, 2.4 times faster. Viewing attachments and emails like an Excel attachment, 3.6 times faster. Going to a graphically intense JavaScript website like the New York Times, 2.9 times faster. Now the camera is another way that the iPhone 3G has really changed how people use their cell phones. Well, in the new iPhone 3GS, there's a brand new 3-megapixel autofocus camera. It takes pictures that are even larger, even more beautiful. For example, this photo, the Golden Gate Bridge. This photo right here was taken on an iPhone 3GS. It has amazing hardware and software that work together, as Apple is known to do. We make these things work hand in hand, and this has autofocus, auto white balance, auto exposure to take just a gorgeous photo for you. In addition to autofocus, we've got a great feature called tap to focus. So if I'm composing my photo, for example, in this case, I want a photo that focuses on the house, I just tap the house and it's in focus, and we balance the exposure for that. If I want to take a picture of the flower, I just tap it, and now it's in focus, and the photo's balanced as well. We've also improved low light sensitivity, so at night or indoors you can take even better pictures with better light sensitivity. And the autofocus brings along a really great feature, auto macro, as well. So now it will automatically take a macro photo of something as close as 10 centimeters away. Again, all these photos were taken with the iPhone 3GS. Look at that flower. That's just a stunning photo. It's an incredible camera. And as before, there is an API, so you developers can take advantage of this camera in your application. And any of you who use that API get these features for free in your application. But the best thing about this camera is it also captures video. So how does that work? It's as easy as can be. You simply go into the camera application, and there you'll see a new switch on the bottom right hand that says still or movie. And you flick to what you want to take, press the button, and now rather than capture, it's record, and it's recording video. 30 frames a second VGA with audio right on your iPhone. And like the still camera, it's autofocus, auto white balance, auto exposure, voice control. Wouldn't it be great to be able to dial friends and family just with the sound of your voice? With an iPhone 3GS, you can. It's the simplest thing. You're in an application anywhere on your iPhone, you hold down the home button, and after just a second, a brand new user interface pops up. The voice control interface. It's really cool. There's a waveform right across the center that shows the amplitude of your voice as it's being listened to by the iPhone. And talk about easy to use. The commands you can make are scrolling by right on the screen so you know what to say. So if I want to make a phone call, I just say, call Scott Forstall. Scott's in my address book. It finds him and calls him. If it has more than one entry, like work and home, the iPhone will ask me, work or home? I say home, and it calls Scott at home. I can also dial a phone number by simply saying dial and the phone number. So you can make calls with the sound of your voice. You can also control the playback of the iPod feature in your iPhone with the sound of your voice. I can play a song by saying, play songs by the Killers. No matter what I'm doing on my iPhone, my music starts playing. I can also play a playlist, like a workout playlist. I can ask my iPhone, what's playing now? And my iPhone will speak back to me and tell me the artist and song title. Yeah. And this last one's really cool. We can use the Genius playlist to simply say, play more songs like this. And the song that's playing right now will be made into a Genius playlist, and I can keep listening to my favorite music as I go. So that's voice control. There's also a built-in digital compass. Get a cool compass fan out there. The Compass app is a new app that comes on the iPhone. It's really gorgeous. It shows you your orientation relative to magnetic north and true north. It shows you longitude and latitude. And there's a button right there to tap and go right into the map application, see where you are in a Google map with your location centered. And then if you tap a second time, it will orient the map to the heading you're facing with your iPhone. So what are we going to price it at? Just $199. And that's for a 16-gigabyte version, twice as much as before, and $299 for a new configuration, 32 gigabytes. Of course, these prices are AT&T prices in the US for new and qualifying customers. Pricing varies around the world. And both the 16 and 32 gigabyte iPhone 3GS come in black and white. So we think this is going to be a beautiful new phone, incredibly fast, incredibly powerful, state of the art, and going to continue the incredible success that iPhone 3G started. In fact, we're so excited we also, like last year, created a new ad. So I'd like to show you that ad now.
Same.
Introducing the next iPhone. It's the iPhone you love. Now with video. just one of the amazing new features on the iPhone 3GS, the fastest, most powerful iPhone yet.
Is just last week, we crossed 5 billion downloads on the App Store. Isn't that incredible? 5 billion. But this next thing is my favorite stat of the whole show today. So as you know, when we get revenue from the App Store, 70% of it goes to the developer, right? 70%. So how much have we paid developers? Our 70% that we've paid you. How much have we paid you to date? Just a few days ago, we crossed $1 billion. $1 billion. And it is one of the greatest things we get to do. So let's go do it again. All right, and that's what makes the App Store the most vibrant app community on the planet. Over 5 billion downloads and a really healthy ecosystem, not only for users, but for developers as well. And we're thrilled with it. So that's the App Store. Now, I'd like to talk about the iPhone. Now, there have been a lot of statistics floating around, market research, market share studies, and some of them are okay and some of them are questionable. And I'd like to just give you 2 pieces of data that can help you make your own judgments about market share. The first one is a report that just came out by Nielsen, highly respected firm. And this is for Q1 of 2010. This just came out. And they said, what is the smartphone market share in the US? And here's what they reported. RIM, number 1 with 35%. iPhone, number 2 with 28%. Windows Mobile, number 3 with 19%. Android, number 4 with 9%, and other tied at 9%. And so what Nielsen said was in Q1 of 2010, the iPhone's market share was over 3 times that of Android. In 2007, iPhone reinvented what we think of as a phone. It's hard to remember what it was like before iPhone. Carriers controlled what was on the phone. There were a few apps, but nothing like we think about apps today. There was no free market for apps. There was no app store. It was really different before the iPhone. And the iPhone started to change all of that in 2007. It was a revolution. In 2008, we added 3G networking and the App Store. In 2009, the iPhone 3GS was twice as fast, and we added some other cool features like video recording. For 2010, we're going to take the biggest leap since the original iPhone. And so today, we're introducing iPhone 4, the 4th generation iPhone. Now, an all-new design. Now, stop me if you've already seen this. Believe me, you ain't seen it. You've got to see this thing in person. It is one of the most beautiful designs you've ever seen. This is, beyond a doubt, the most precise thing, one of the most beautiful things we've ever made. Glass on the front and the rear, and stainless steel running around, and the precision of which this is made is beyond any consumer product we've ever seen. It's something we call the Retina display. What's that? Well, in any display there are pixels. Here's 4 of them. We start off with the Retina display by dramatically increasing the pixel density. 4 times as many pixels in the same amount of space. Now, why is that important? Well, let's make more pixels, and let's say we want to draw the letter A. And this is the outside boundary of one of the strokes of a letter, the letter A. Well, as you can see, we turn on pixels inside that stroke. We can get far more precision the more pixels we have. And we play all sorts of tricks by putting different levels of gray pixels on that line as well to try to fuzz it for our eye. But when we zoom out of this, what you can see is that because we have 4 times as many pixels, we get really, really sharp text. 3.5 inches, the same size as the iPhone 3GS, yet with 960 by 640 pixels, that's 4 times more pixels than the iPhone 3GS. 326 pixels per inch, an 800-to-1 contrast ratio, which is, again, 4 times better than the 3GS. We're using IPS technology because we're adding a gyroscope. So we're adding a 3-axis gyro, which is fantastic. Pitch, roll, and yaw. Also rotation around gravity. And we've tied the gyro and the accelerometer and even the compass together to provide 6-axis motion sensing. And we've got some new core motion APIs that you can call that give you extremely precise position information. And it's perfect for gaming. And one of the reasons it's perfect is because it's built into every iPhone 4, so you know it's there. One more thing. And I think it's best that I just show you. Now, I really want your Wi-Fi devices off. Are they off? Please turn them off if you've turned them back on. So, in 2007, when we launched the iPhone, it was my privilege to make the first public call on stage to one of my best friends in the whole world, Johnny Ive, the head of our design team. And I'd like to do the same on this occasion. So I'm going to go ahead and call Johnny now. Hey, Johnny. This never freezes up, so you guys haven't turned off all your Wi-Fi. Come on, let's get it off, please. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, except for these guys that aren't turning their Wi-Fi off.
A bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, this is amazing. I grew up here in the U.S. with the Jetsons and with Star Trek and communicators, and just dreaming about this. You know, dreaming about video calling, and it's real now. Yeah, did you have this kind of stuff in England?
I grew up watching exactly the same TV shows. You know, I used to love that sort of wonderful, sort of optimistic view of the future, and it's real now, isn't it?
It's real, especially when people turn their Wi-Fi stuff off.
iPhone 4 is so much more than just another new product. I mean, this will have a lasting impact on the way that we actually connect with each other.
In 2007, the iPhone reinvented the phone. In 2008, the iPhone 3G brought faster 3G networking and the revolutionary App Store. In 2009, the iPhone 3GS was twice as fast and brought out new features like video recording. For 2010, the iPhone 4 is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. We're introducing the amazing Retina display, and we're bringing video calling to the world. And we call it FaceTime. It's going to change the way we communicate forever. The very first time I had a FaceTime call, I was blown away because it is amazingly engaging, personal. It's all about connecting people. I think of my own children, like 7, 8 years, they'll be off at college. And I can imagine being able to call them and see them, but also look into their eyes and see how are they really doing. What makes it even better is that it switches from the front camera to the back camera. So you can show someone what you're seeing. And because it's so mobile as your phone, you'll be able to chat anywhere there's Wi-Fi.
But what's amazing is every time I've been using it, you can't help but smile and go, I can't believe this is real. This is actually happening.
Another thing we're really excited about on the new iPhone 4 is the Retina display. It's the highest resolution display ever built into a phone. At 326 pixels per inch, you get 4 times the pixels as before. So instead of the fuzziness of individual pixels, you get smooth, continuous shapes and tone. You have something that looks to your eye like you're holding a printed page in your hand. And the level of fine detail in images is just incredible. Another thing that adds to the sharpness and clarity is optical lamination. That's a very precise technical process that laminates the cover glass to the display and eliminates light refraction. So all of the hard work that's been put into this ultra-high resolution display is presented with the most visual clarity. On top of that, we use IPS technology and LED backlight, so you get the most vivid experience in everything you do.
The display on the iPhone is blow away. Apps can show more detail than you've ever seen on any device before. The text is just perfect. iPhone 4 enables multitasking for all apps. You can now quickly switch between applications, and everything is exactly as you left it. If you're like me and you have lots of apps on your phone, you'd love a way to easily organize them and find them. And that's exactly what Folders does for you. Take an app and drag it onto another app, and it automatically creates a folder, intelligently named with the type of apps you're grouping. Mail on iPhone 4 is incredibly efficient. You can see all the messages from multiple accounts in a single unified inbox, and it allows you to organize all of the messages in your inbox by thread, so you can deal with a single topic altogether. Pictures taken with a 5-megapixel camera look amazing. And we even have an LED flash, so you can take photos in low light. Plus, the camera captures full 720p high-def video at up to 30 frames per second. Not only can you record great video, but you can also edit your video right on your iPhone with iMovie. The iPhone, for a user, it is simplicity, it is easy to use. Behind it is intense technology.
What's running all this incredible software is our A4 chip. It's custom-designed silicon, and what that gets you is remarkable speed and efficiency in a really small chip. The one thing we made larger was the battery. In fact, iPhone 4 delivers up to 40% more talk time.
We started with completely opposing goals. I mean, we wanted to make this iPhone more capable. We wanted to add more features. And yet at the same time, we wanted to make it smaller and even thinner. And that led to some really surprising innovation.
And we developed an entirely new grade of stainless steel that after machining is incredibly strong, but also remarkably precise. The steel frame functions as the antenna, but also the primary structure, giving us more internal volume. We also developed a custom glass that's comparable in strength to sapphire crystal, but about 30 times harder than plastic. This glass is not only used on the front of the phone, but also on the back. The quality of the materials, the manufacturing precision, the advanced technology, ultimately, all of this becomes relevant when you just hold it in your hand.
Even at FaceTime, where the only new feature we're delivering, this would be an amazing new iPhone. But it's the fact that we've got the Retina display, 5-megapixel camera, high-def video recording, A4 chip, bigger battery, all in a thinner product. This is going to change everything. All over again.
iPhone. As you know, last year we introduced iPhone 4, and it's a breakthrough phone. And despite competitors trying really hard to copy it, they really haven't come close to anything nearly as good. It's got that beautiful Retina display, glass front, all glass back, the revolutionary stainless steel bands that create the antenna system and make it the thinnest smartphone. And as you've heard, it's the #1 smartphone in the world and #1 in customer satisfaction. So I'm really pleased to tell you today all about the brand new iPhone 4S. Of course, it starts with the Retina display. Of course, it's glass in the front and back and has that incredible stainless steel band around it, making it the thinnest smartphone. But don't be deceived, because inside it is all new. So how's it different? First, it has a new chip inside. The A5 chip that we've launched just this year in the iPad 2 is now making its way into the iPhone. That's remarkable. It's a dual-core processor. It delivers performance that's up to twice as fast at CPU tasks. It's also dual-core graphics, which means the graphics can be up to 7 times faster than they were in the previous iPhone. This is going to help across all the kinds of applications you might use. You can now download data to twice as fast as before. So what does that mean? Well, previously with the iPhone 4, you could upload data. This is theoretical maximum performance, as we always quote, 5.8 megabits per second up and 7.2 down. And now with the new iPhone 4S, that doubles to up to 14.4 megabits per second down. Left one thing out. This is really cool. It's a feature all about our voice. Because for decades, technologists have teased us with this dream that you're going to be able to talk to technology and it'll do things for us. Haven't we seen this before over and over? But it never comes true. We have very limited capability. You just learn a syntax, call a name, dial a number, play a song. That's a feature in the iPhone 4S we call Siri. Siri is your intelligent assistant that helps you get things done just by asking. So what I'd like to do is invite Scott Forstall back up to give us a demo of Siri. Scott?
I'm really excited to show you Siri. You can get to Siri at any time just by holding down the home button for a couple seconds, and then Siri's listening to you. So let's go ahead and ask Siri about the weather. What is the weather like today?
Here's the forecast for today.
In fact, you can even ask more conceptual questions. Things like, do I need a raincoat today?
It sure looks like rain today.
So let me go and ask it a question using the clock. Something like, what time is it in Paris?
The time in Paris, France is 8:16 p.m.
Wake me up tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Okay, I set it for 6 a.m.
It's that easy. Do I have any meetings Friday at noon?
You don't have anything on your calendar for this Friday at 12 p.m.
So that's the iPhone 4S. It comes in black and white. 16 gigabytes for $199, 32 gigabytes for $299, and 64 gigabytes for $399. And that's with the typical US carrier, 2-year contract, 64 gigabytes, first time in an iPhone.